Those hearing the details of the death of 5-year-old Cali Anderson could only imagine the suffering of her final days. According to investigators, she died of malnutrition, the victim of what appeared to be willful neglect and abuse out of sight in the Reno apartment her father Tyler Anderson and his wife Avriana Enoch shared. At some point in the spring of 2018, she died. Her body was apparently driven to Sacramento and placed in a storage locker, where it was later discovered.
Night, Dada. We love you. I just wanted to tell you that I love you and that I miss you and that I can't wait to see you in the morning.
The other night, some guy, someone that I've known for a while, asked me if you can put some boxes inside of my in my storage, right? And so we were going through the stuff, and we really got, and there's a baby in there. There's a baby in there. I just seen the arm, and I just know it's a dead body.
They thought it was a baby. When officers opened the blue plastic drum, they were prepared for something awful, but nothing prepared them for what they found. The small body, bloated and broken, looked like that of an infant. But this wasn't a baby. It was the body of a 5-year-old girl.
Nice. Yeah. If I'm gonna open it and I see it,
So it smells. It's gonna be human. It's gonna be anything.
Yeah.
No. Just by the smell and the appearance, so wait for Nutley.
So we know this guy has a kid. Do you know the guy that has a lock?
On how can I know what's ever big?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Can you see that? Not so. So then in this container, there's like some decomp. And that smell, you're getting a smell of it. Sir? Is it you and your wife that?
Yes.
Do you live here also?
Are there cameras? There's. There.
It's a baby.
Always.
So we had the complainant detained. When I get here, he points to a blue barrel. He's like, it's in there, and I look in this blue barrel, and there's some decomp in there. It stinks. I'm like, what are you talking about? I keep checking. He's like, it's in there. Well, see nothing in it. But no, it's in that bag.
There's a bag in the barrel.
Like there was a duffel bag. So he's like, I used that knife that's sitting on top of a box on his car to cut open that bag. And as soon as I saw the baby's arm, I backed away and called you guys. I'm wondering if more shit than that story.
We don't know.
We'll never find out.
I can tell you that I can pull the information of his friends on the U-Haul that he drove.
The U-Haul was driven by another subject?
Well, that's what he said. He said that's why they came back to look tonight, because he drove all the way here from Reno with only 3 boxes in it.
That'd be phenomenal. If you could get the license plate, that would be great.
I'll know everything about that as soon as I can get the guy's name.
We got a name of Tyler, but...
No last name?
Would that guy have checked in with you when he got here?
No, but if I can get a roundabout of where he rented in Reno, Tyler is not a very uncommon name.
Well, how would you end up having that? Oh, because it's U-Haul.
Nearby, a metal animal cage in the bathroom, tiny wrists marked by handcuffs, an empty dog bowl placed like a cruel joke beside her prison. These were the conditions under which Cali Anderson lived and died. Over the course of 3 years, this child was systematically starved. By the time of her death, Cali weighed no more than a 6-month-old, and when she finally succumbed, she was stuffed into a storage drum, discarded like waste. The details are unthinkable, and yet every part of this story is documented in court files and backed by the confessions of her abusers, recorded on video. What made it worse, what ignited national outrage, were the shockingly lenient sentences handed down to the people responsible for her torture and death. This case is not just a tragedy. It is a mirror held up to the system, a system that failed a child at every step. September 27, 2012. Cali Anderson was born with bright brown eyes full of curiosity. Her mother, Leanne Robinson, called her my miracle, her little princess. Photos show a joyful little girl, smiling, drinking from her favorite straw cup, hugging stuffed animals, cuddling with her baby brother. She loved Hello Kitty. In one photo, she's beaming in a pink shirt with her favorite character. Her happiness was infectious. But behind that joy, cracks were beginning to form. Tyler Anderson, Cali's father, was only 17 when he found out he would become a parent. By then, he was already addicted to substances, involved in dealing, and well known to law enforcement. His relationship with Leon, Cali's mother, didn't last. That same year, 2012, Tyler met Averiana Enoch, also 17, at high school. She had just returned from Ohio, where she had received mental health treatment and was taking medication. The moment Averiana learned about Cali, her reaction, according to friends, was one of rage and jealousy. This was the beginning of a deep resentment, a hatred that would take root, grow, and ultimately destroy an innocent life. But the most devastating blow came from family court. In a stunning decision, Judge Cinda Riggins-Unger awarded full custody of Cali to Tyler, a teenage father with a drug history and a criminal record. This same judge would later be removed from the bench for repeated bias and misconduct. Despite Leilani's desperate pleas, despite every maternal instinct screaming that something was wrong, the court refused to listen. At just 14 months old, Cali was taken from her mother and placed full-time in her father's custody. Leilani was allowed only supervised visits. In the years that followed, Cali lived with Tyler and Averiana in Woodland, California. By October 2014, the couple had a son together, Terrell. From that point on, Averiana's resentment only deepened. She became convinced that Tyler's family cared more about Cali than about her own biological son. In December 2014, Cali was taken to a routine medical appointment. She was 2 years old and in good health, weighing 28 pounds, perfectly normal for her age. A cardiology follow-up was scheduled, but Tyler canceled it. And from that moment on, Cali would never see a doctor again. For the next 3.5 years, no medical records, no checkups, no evidence of health care, only silence. By 2015, family members were beginning to worry. Tyler's aunt, Maylene Duenas, noticed crescent-shaped bruises on Cali's cheeks at family gatherings, marks consistent with fingernail pressure. Averiana would cover them with heavy makeup, but it would smear when kissed, revealing what lay beneath. By October 2015, the changes in Cali were unmistakable. She had lost weight. At one gathering, despite the heat, she was dressed in a long-sleeve dress that covered her thin frame. But what alarmed relatives most was her personality. The once cheerful little girl no longer smiled. She didn't play with other kids. She stayed glued to Averiana's side, nervous, quiet, fearful. When adults looked away, she would sneak food from plates and devour it, starving. Maylene could no longer stay silent. She filed a report with California Child Protective Services, officially documenting suspected abuse. But CPS conducted only a brief investigation, and then closed the case. Unfounded, they said. The system failed Cali, again. In July 2017, Tyler and Averiana made a move that would seal Cali's fate. They left California and relocated to Reno, Nevada, cutting off all contact with concerned relatives. They now had 2 sons, Terrell and Titan. Tyler was juggling work and college, gone most of the day. Averiana stayed home with the children. But in that small apartment at the Brooktree Apartments on Harvard Way, Cali was no longer treated like a child. She was treated like a prisoner. The building manager later testified in court. 3 children were listed on the lease. But in all the time they lived there, I never saw a girl that matched Cali's description. She had disappeared. Not in the legal sense, but in plain sight. In the fall of 2017, Cali's grandmother, Donna Howard, visited Reno and asked where Cali was. She was told Cali was in 24-hour daycare. The next day, Tyler brought Cali to a lunch meeting with her grandmother. Donna was horrified. Cali looked emaciated. Her skin was pale, her eyes empty. There was no spark, Donna later recalled. No joy, I remembered. That lunch was the last time any loving family member saw Cali alive. Her mother was never allowed to visit. Averiana refused. In early 2018, Tyler and Averiana told friends they were going to get a dog. They went to a local pet store. But they weren't buying dog food. They were buying a metal cage. They chose a large metal dog crate, not for a pet, but for a child. Alongside it, they purchased real handcuffs, cold, heavy restraints that would cut into a 5-year-old's wrists and leave bleeding marks on her skin. Averiana installed the cage in the guest bathroom, locking the door to make sure no one would ever see what was inside. Each morning, Tyler kissed his sons goodbye and left for work. He never said goodbye to Cali. To him, she was no longer a daughter, only a burden. And the moment that front door closed, hell began. Averiana would force Cali to undress, crawl into the crate, and snap the handcuffs around her wrists, securing her to the bars. She couldn't lie down. She couldn't stand. The little girl sat, naked, shackled, cramped in a cage, while in the next room, her younger brothers watched cartoons and ate breakfast. Sometimes they heard her crying. Sometimes they heard her begging. But their mother forbade them from going near the bathroom. Inside the crate sat a dog bowl, sometimes filled with water, sometimes with dog food, often with nothing at all. On good days, Cali might get leftover cereal or a crust of bread. On bad days, nothing. With her wrists bound, she would drag herself to the toilet to drink. And no one, not one adult, stepped in to save her. When Tyler came home, he would see his daughter locked in the cage and say nothing. Averiana beat Cali with whatever was nearby: belts, broomsticks, wooden spoons. The bruises spread across her back, her arms, her legs. But the worst pain wasn't physical. It was psychological. When Tyler called from work, Averiana forced Cali to say, "Hi, Daddy, I'm playing and eating. I'm a good girl." And when the call ended, she'd lean in and whisper, "Your daddy doesn't love you. Your mommy left you. If you died, no one would care." By April 2018, Cali Anderson was dying. She weighed only 16 pounds. Her hair was falling out. Her skin had turned gray. Her eyes were hollow. Open sores had formed on her hip from sitting in one position for so long. The wounds became infected. Sepsis set in. But Averiana didn't call a doctor. She just moved the crate out of sight. On the night of April 26th, Cali could barely breathe. Her head hung limp. Her pulse was weak. Instead of calling 911, Averiana searched the internet for how to do CPR. She knew the child was dying, but still, she did nothing. She texted Tyler, "Your daughter is really bad. Come home quickly." When he arrived, Cali was unconscious, barely clinging to life. They tried to revive her, CPR, a cold shower, but it was too late. After years of torture, Cali's small heart stopped beating. She was just 5 years and 7 months old. They didn't cry. They didn't grieve. They panicked. They stuffed her body into a duffel bag, placed it inside a plastic drum, and sealed it shut. They hid it in their bedroom closet, feet away from where their son slept. In the following days, they cooked dinner, watched TV, laughed. Cali's body remained in the closet, slowly decomposing. When the smell became unbearable, Tyler loaded the drum into his car and drove it around. On May 10th, he rented a U-Haul. The next day, he called a friend, Joe Garcia, who managed a storage facility in Sacramento. He asked to store some boxes. Inside one of those boxes was the blue plastic drum, sealed, silent, hiding the remains of a child. But Joe had a bad feeling. On May 15th, he opened the box. Inside was a duffel bag. He unzipped it and saw a skeletal child's arm. With shaking hands, he called 911.
So how long have you known Tyler?
I first met him when I was in rehab in Lodge in Woodland. I first met him about 18 months ago. He started working there.
18 months?
Mm-hmm. Monday when that big box, whatever that is, in there.
Okay, with the blue thing in it was
Yeah.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
And then later on he brought the stuff that's in the other unit?
Yeah, because I called him. I go, what's wrong with you, dude? Why are you so damn suspicious? And why did you, bring a buck? And I told him, they go, if you're trying to get caught, because I thought it was drugs.
Right.
If you're trying to get me caught up or something, because I just really got off from going to get in a bunch of
Right.
And I threatened him, I go, if there's something that I find in here, or if you're going to get me in trouble, he goes, no, I promise you, there's nothing in there.
Okay.
But he was acting weird, though. And then to rent a U-Haul with 3 boxes, that was really weird, too.
Okay. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your daughter's the one that convinced you to open up.
Yep.
Okay. What nationality do you think Tyler is? I'm trying to block that spotlight from your face.
I think
Actually, I'll stand right over here.
I think he's black or Puerto Rican, something like that.
Is he darker than you?
Yeah.
Darker than you.
Well, not really darker than me. It's kind of like different shades of dark.
Okay.
So he's probably about like my height, anyways, probably like 150.
So he's slim and short. Okay. Do you know anything about him being married or anything like that?
He's married to that girl. Well,
He's married to somebody?
yeah, he's married to that girl. That girl came with him.
Oh, there was a girl with him when he came
His wife
yesterday?
and kids.
Oh, there was kids with him? Oh, okay. And is she same look as him, maybe Puerto Rican?
Definitely black.
She's definitely black. But you don't have any idea what her name might be? Okay.
Officers expected to find the body of a baby. What they found was Cali Anderson, 5 years old, wearing an 18-month-old pajama onesie, mismatched Hello Kitty socks, and a knit cap. Next to her lay a children's Bible, a final, cruel touch to the unimaginable. On May 16th, Tyler was arrested en route to the storage unit. Police found lighter fluid and matches in his trunk. He had planned to destroy the evidence. That same day, detectives entered the Harvard Way apartment in Reno. Inside was chaos. 2 boys crawling in filth, hungry and scared. In the bathroom, they found the metal cage, bent, rusted, and covered in evidence. Handcuffs still attached to the bars. Nearby, a small backpack with the name Cali embroidered in thread. There was no dog, but there was Cali's hair in the crate, her DNA on the handcuffs. Avriona was taken in for questioning. In a 4-hour interrogation, she confessed. Bit by bit, the truth spilled out.
You alright? That we trying to take this up. We get this strategy. Found out earlier at your apartment is that Sacramento Police Department gave us a heads up that they're investigating what they believe is to be a homicide or some sort of suspicious step, okay? So they asked our help to kind of facilitate this whole thing. Okay. The main thing we want to talk about, as I pointed earlier, was your recent travel to Sacramento. Okay. So just in your words, can you kind of explain what that's about?
Well, we went down there, honestly, to get some that I'm ashamed to talk about.
Okay. Well, we're not here to pass judgment, okay? Not our job to do that. When did you guys go down?
I don't remember the exact date, but it was the day before yesterday.
Okay. What did you guys go down?
When?
What did you guys take down?
I think when I went to the dresser.
Just to the dresser?
It was 2 days ago. It's dresser. I believe it was just a dresser.
Okay. Where do you guys end up taking the dressers to?
To his friend. His friend's storage or something like that.
Do you remember where that was?
No. I none of the city. No, actually.
City, was it?
Sacramento.
The Sacramento.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who this friend was then?
Yeah, I don't know. That's how we're getting separated. You know, I don't really know him, I guess.
Yesterday, what did you do yesterday?
Coke. TBH.
Can you try the guy who's this friend of Tyler's?
Mexican.
Okay.
Then a little older.
A little older than Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay. And how'd that go? You're meeting him. Sound like a good guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then you had it. Is it his storage unit that you guys are putting in, or is it somebody else's? Or?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which kids went down with you?
It was me and my boys.
Okay. All right. Is it types or type?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was Jonathan?
I don't know.
So maybe Cali, but do you know a guy called his mother?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Do you know her name?
Yeah, I do. You want me to say it out loud?
I don't even know. What's your name?
Leonie.
Leonie?
Yeah.
How long has Tiger had the custody?
We've had custody of her since about 6 years.
Okay.
Because she's about to be sick.
Oh. So since baby, it was a joke.
Yeah. She's all around TBH.
Okay.
She's all
Why
around.
do you say she's all around?
Because that's the kind of person she is.
Alright.
She's all around.
Drama.
Yeah. Always drama. And we got her, and she was just a baby. And I just remember looking at her and I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute. And I remember when the first night we got her, I cried. I was holding her and I cried. Because I was just like, she was just a baby, you know? Well, baby. But then she just looked like her dad, you know? And I looked at her. She felt like I'm going to love you, you know, and I'm going to take care of you. I was raised on discipline, so if you talk back, I'm gonna pop you in your mouth.
Sure.
And tell you don't talk back. If she would do something that she wasn't supposed to do, I'd be like, okay, you're gonna stand in the corner. You're 5. You'll stand in the corner for 5 minutes. Like stuff, you know, like how I was raised. That's what, you know, that's how I was raised. So I only go off how I was raised. His people have said, his family have said that she wasn't eating enough or something like that, and I think that's another reason why they called. But
Why did they say that?
I guess because she was thin.
What was the end result of them checking on you, checking out?
Everything was fine. They closed the case. They closed the case because she clearly wasn't being abused. You know, if they're judging a book by its cover, you know, because I was fat doesn't mean I'm abusing my daughter because she's disciplined. And that's what I told the PPS people.
Okay.
They talked to her, looked at her, checked her. Of course, everything was fine.
Okay.
I'm just disciplining her. I'm just little pops, okay? You know, you guys are making it seem like I'm punching her. Or
We're not making.
no, not you guys. Like, in family, you know, they were going to be like, oh, I was abusing her. Oh, she's depressed, so we need to send PPN over there. You know? So that's how that went.
It's typical drama.
Yeah.
Is that normal for her to be gone? This long time? Is it-
I mean, I sort of, because she would stay with his mom. You know, and stuff like that.
What were the like normal working hours usually?
10 to 9, 10 to 9, 10 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you actually last talk to Tyler? Today.
Well,
So it was one. Did you ask him where he was at that time?
no.
No. Didn't care. Or?
I mean, I was at sleep TV, so like I really just wanted to go back to sleep.
Did Tyler ever tell you when you supposed to come back home?
I don't know. I thought he could have been going to get her.
Okay. We see where he was going to get her from?
No.
No. We just got more. We got a phone call and we got some information, more information. You're talking to Tyler. Okay. Your daughter, what she was in at somebody else's house, she was at your apartment this entire last week and the entire time. Since you guys have moved here, okay? What? So yeah, so he's living with you guys.
Right.
It's not either of you. Has she been sick at all recently?
No, not that I know.
Been down to the doctor's office to get looked at for anything?
No.
Has she at all recently?
No.
But she's 5 years old though.
Yeah.
When's the last time she went to any kind of a physical or any kind of doctor?
Probably when we lived in Woodland.
Okay.
It's been absent lately.
You've been absent? How do you say that? What do you mean by saying that?
Mentally. Like, my mind just hasn't been there.
Okay.
You know, like,
What's going on in your mind?
Just been going through a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Just like I don't have anybody to talk to.
Well, what are you listening to you right
That's why I
now?
wanted to. That's why I wanted to coke.
Okay.
My relationship has been, and that's what we used to do back in the day, with each other. We used to do that, and I felt connected to him. Doing that makes me feel connected to my husband.
You and Tyler do cocaine quite a bit lately?
And we have been.
Okay. What usually happens after you guys do that kind of stuff?
We talk. We talk. And I know it's crazy. We talk.
What do y'all talk about?
All my kids are small.
Yeah.
I mean, all our kids are small. And even her, she's not fat. But you see my 4-year-old, he's not. I have small kids. Small kids. But I think it's Tyler's genes. But well, you see us, we're both short, so I don't know. But yeah, she ate.
She's been eating normally?
I'd say.
So I'm gonna no bullshit here, okay? We're talking to Tyler. All right, and we're getting a different version than from what you're saying. And if we're gonna go with what he's saying and just shit out of the story, that's not fair to you.
I'm a bad mom.
We're trying to look at you and find out what's her side, because there's always two sides to the story. You've been disconnected for the past how many, what would you say, weeks, months?
Probably longer.
Okay. Well, I see you counting with your fingers.
Yeah, probably.
So there's something significant that occurred, or something significant, or something where you're gauging it with your fingers, like, okay, since this time, it's been this many months. So what is that? How many months?
I mean, really, probably after I had my son.
Okay.
They got like a whole baby.
What kind of horror movie would you try?
I don't know, it was a little younger. A little bit younger, I guess.
Okay, so what did you cut from the internet?
Started throwing up. Watching what he ate.
How are you disconnecting yourself? How do you disconnect yourself from?
I just let everybody else deal with her. I'm just like, okay. And I just feel tired.
Mm-hmm. But you being disconnected, don't you think that's part of her health? Not doing so good?
And to me, being the reason for her health, I guess those.
So an important question too, like we've asked, and what we're gonna ask you, where is your daughter?
I don't know. Let me see.
Here's the thing. You told us, earlier, Tyler took her to his people. Okay. We know that's not the case. Okay.
How do you know?
We know.
No, I'm saying, like, wait, what are you saying?
What we're saying is that we know that you and Tyler both took her over to California. So that's why I'm at you. You come back there without your daughter? Why don't you come back with your daughter? But you don't come back with her. Why?
You guys talk to Tyler?
Yes. Yeah. And my concern with Tyler would be if she's saying something that is putting it on you. That's my. So I want to get.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I want to get your version and your side independently.
So what do you guys know?
We know about the bags. We know about the barrel.
Know about the storage unit.
We know about the storage unit.
Know about your trip.
Okay. So how did it happen? What happened?
I don't know what.
That day or that night, what did you say? You know?
Just really try
Tried what?
to help
How did you try to help?
CPR.
CPR. Okay. Who was doing CPR? You.
People, but
Both were.
Both for trying? I'm trying.
So long. I don't remember how much time went by. But just so long. Feels unbelievable. So Tyler. Because I hate that he knew CPR. He said he knew CPR. You know, I talk about, oh, yeah, I got my CPR card or whatever.
Did you call anyone? Call 911? Why? Did you call like family or friends? Why not? Food's terrible.
Would be.
So you didn't put her in the bag?
Or.
Did he tell you what he was going to do? So kind of walk us through what was the game plan? Or what did you guys come up with?
Wasn't really playing.
Did you kill the kid?
Oh, yeah. Remember? Yeah, he
Not your daughter?
No, he's not innocent. Right off. Right off. We just one boy. So sweet, but you get the learners. Smooth.
Here's the deal. It's still an ongoing investigation. Alright? We as detectives have to do our due diligence for the sake of this entire case. For the sake, okay? There's still some things that we need to wait on for the autopsy and things of that nature. But at this moment in time, right now, we're going to go ahead and book you at our county jail, okay? For child neglect. For child neglect, okay? It's going to be your charge. Alright? What's that?
Just want to die. Because now I'm away from my kid. What did Tyler say?
I don't know all that he said, okay? Start out waiting for what he said to the detectives down there, okay?
He can tell you guys. I don't deserve to go to jail for this.
Tyler stayed silent until July 5th, 2019, when he finally spoke.
I was with Leonie in Sacramento, staying with Brett when she got pregnant. I met Adriana in February 2012. Started hanging out with her, right? Spent my time with her. Found out that was born in September. Told Adriana about it. She got upset. I got a good state fight. So I started eating cocaine. Down to the treatment program in foundations. So, staying with her mom. I wasn't there for when she was born. You know, she wanted to spend time together. She and my mom were never out. They never thought they were doing it. They never had the relationship. So, she was upset that, you know, she thought about it. So, she all come back. So, I go to work and then I leave for the round. I would come home and it would be playing, you know, it would be, she's your read, she's trying to walk. You know, she showed my clothes. Back here, that's a little back at you today around him. They run, showed a lot of love. You know, they had a good relationship, you know, and we get, you know, I think that we should get married so that we can solidify your chances of getting full headed. The medication that she was taking her bipolar medication was probably the reason why she was able to get pregnant. So she stopped taking that before we got married in 2014. So in January, she got pregnant. And I was happy around how she out. And she said, oh, she loved her again because she was playing, you know, or she's changing the road that she go, you know, or she's just clumsy like her dad. Yeah. It was Grand Rapids had olive oil and Vaseline, you know. He rather tells me because her and my near out, right, boy. They're on and off on them. So she tells me that I had to tell my family that it was my fault, you know, that I was free to be done by a demo. They already think that's me. So there's been no thing that she did. They're too like, they're too fast to their kid. They're too weak, right? They like, so, we go to a get together, maybe it was the 4th of July, maybe. And then, my mom asked about her ear injury, and that's what I said. I was on there and then put her in the water jumper. She didn't know, I don't think that, I was not good. She put her in the water, and then, I went up, had a helotherapy burn. I did everything I said. She was going to go, okay. 2 days after. So TGM had to leave and they say, okay, we don't say it's not a good abuse. Because wouldn't always love and say whatever. So he thought everything was normal. She's screaming outside the house, don't have to come back, take your dumb ass baby with you. She would use belt, she would use wooden spoons, she would use brushes and comb, she would just, she wouldn't stop, I had to stop her, it's like, and they around with that, she pushed her brother, she punched her brother, she had a brother. I told her that you can't use objects because you don't know how hard you're hitting them, you know what I'm saying? She had the belt and I get in front of her, and I'm holding it around back. She's gonna climb over me, and she's telling me, you always favor her. You can't always favor. I love that level, right? And she's in there, and she's talking, and married Kate, and the first time I looked at her, I was Kate, What did she do? She's not gonna lie. She's not her young boots. Which means that she's always Kate down around there. She quit your brother. And she didn't do that. She's done terrible things. And you can't apologize for it, she was done a lot of time online. And you did family doctor, I take care of my family and stay home that's what I do. I can figure it out. Okay, so back in around 5. That's a G, there's not what they show you. So, what you tell that she over bro, man. She ring out dinner, she's like, well, play, like, and you wasn't breathing. So, I started doing CPR, tried doing stomach compression, trying to force air into her lungs, right? I keep trying to GR, I told her, if you got working, we are calling an ambulance. She said, no, and I'm not calling an ambulance, I can't go to prison, If you call an ambulance, we can't leave, You have to take it out, PGR, you're served by your car, You have to spend your time. I grab my phone. We call it ambulance, I can't help her, And you can actually call from me. On the injuries are in the wall and pinch around. And where are you? My heart beating out with you, Sam, please, straight enough. Cause she's not breathing power and she's not responding. She's not John Gabriel. I didn't roll with it, but she doesn't read it, I don't know how much time I need to go. Let's read that with that. When I thought maybe an hour, and then after 3 hours, eventually, I put my ear to her heart, I thought her heart not beating, Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot going on, but she was dead, I'm holding her mother. She dead, So we found it, probably, saying that I'm gonna die, I couldn't bear it. That was my fault. So I go, and I'm young baby, but I'm done with He never done. So what you do? Yeah, so. Sorry, she's already in there. She's asking me, what are you gonna do, darling? So it's a plan, This is your body, you gotta take this. I told her, I need help in my reason, right? Need help, I know, but you can know, you're not gonna tell anybody. Or if you tell somebody, our brother, they get you away. It's in God's plan, So you're like, this, you want to take the and throw it away, no more. And she's not gonna allow me to stay because she doesn't trust me, she thinks I'm with the whole police always. So she's like, you have to come with me so that I know that you won't turn me in. She wants to do it now for you, and she wants to burn. I'm doing great. You need help. No, like, you're doing that, what I told you last night, I'm doing it my way if you get my way. I'm like, please, I'm not more because it's really, I was losing my tongue, I didn't think I was doing my thing, my tongue was safe, And then she's like, I should just put the bag in the something like I'm on a river, looking on the tree track, that she said, because even if you see it right over my tree, they didn't identify it, she's just gonna burn her body, I said, no, I tried to take them back right by it. She told no, you're not putting that away. You're gonna keep that with you. So that if you try anything, I'm gonna be able to call police and tell them that, buy your trunk. Sure, and does that. But that you keep the body and you go, you telling me that I'm giving that's what they're even having leverage on you and not call police. You're ready to compete an ample opportunity to do so. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay. Well, she stays at home and is keeping her kid hostage. Is that how you're looking at it? Right? She's really what she's doing. So it wasn't, Okay. Did that work? Yeah. And she said, no, you're not. You're going to give in. So that you can get active. But I look by that. So I'm out of it. Just trying to relax. Just trying to buy time. And what did you come up with? I'm in contact. Somebody who I know will know that something wrong with me. Joe Finn knew. He really knew me. He had seen something was wrong. I had questioned that raised red flag. So that he would start saying something going on. That's the only time to come up with it. Sounds like a huge risk to take. You handle it. And I'm not going to let the police here. But had he not, let's find the outcome. I did have a strong belief that he would. Okay, so what's your reasoning for going down there? Somebody you got okay, like, so we thought. I had gone doing that. He wouldn't look that night when the next day because of his rape. I was down there, sorry, just a victim about rape and his daughter worried, right? Seeing there, but she wondered what the hell was going on. So I knew that he would look. I just knew he would look. So you were counting on being caught that day? Yeah. So every now and then we jail and start to drink, and they call me in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night, like 11 p.m., 12 maybe. Then come pick them up, take them back home. Jay was reading in the living room, and then Aaron and me were in the bedroom. So that? Yep. We all dying out, investigators. That she started with the apartment, but she never stopped. Close. Put in her room. Okay. She had zero And I was more human in here. More with the dog out. The dog was in the kitty in the mountain. Okay. Did you like to see the dog? No. I know. So you just got it, and he was not very friendly at that time. To the time that you were at the apartment, Tyler, did you ever like throw out? I was sleeping all hours of the day. When I was there, but at jail did the night, right? Yeah, she was in the morning. She would, cause I don't call when I'll be at work. You know what I mean? When I'm staying out here, I'm working 2 jobs, I call, talk to my kids, cause I miss them. I hardly spend time with them. And she said that she would leave in her room, and when I called, she would go in there and she'd get Howie on and she'd be, I'd be on speakerphone and she'd be telling, but say to me, that she's playing with her brother and that she's eating, that she's watching TV, sitting around and she would have a line. So you leave her in there. Leave her in her turn too. And then, she would cry out for you. And you will go in there and tell her, your dad doesn't love you, Nobody loves you. The person that gave the birth to you doesn't even love you, If your dad doesn't love you, they can barely be here with you. So, she'll close the door on you. You get there, when I would try and brood it on, and you rain it in Woodland, and around over there, she bobbed her head. She fell, and just close the brother around, and she would be his late you later, so she would make a lie to me. She would put a frozen food by frozen vegetables. She would put frozen vegetables on it. She kind of made it move, but when it's like, but she covered them up. So it's like a living situation. So weeks leading after, the weeks after. Do you think women like this? Yeah, I would have liked this now. Would have liked this and let that one. Wasn't this bad enough? So the reason why the supermarketers walk in the bathroom. That was in her room. So, and I was she was from there. So do you cleaning chronic bottles in the bathroom or restroom? This is used to kind of after cleaning up my dog method. All that bleach and cleaning sure that's what about. Yeah. Okay. So 3 hours. All this huge sugar down. The Jonathan Lure, yeah. She's a Lure, yeah. He ran out of the room. He died. Bathroom, not good in there. No. Not bathroom. Not that I know of, no. Not even, no. Tell me about this, I'm better understand. She put it in there to leave cheaper storage, I don't know. You were telling me that you said you take care of the dog every day, right? Right. You go on this bathroom where the dog crate is and the dog in the crate every day, correct? Mm-hmm. And when you go in the bathroom, are you seeing long? Yeah. Oh. You did not own about her yet. You deep down behavior, you think that she has some sort of stand off you third, you have all these years. He always said on the phone that you're a child. And I think like the meal with the man with the baby, and I'm not there to say like, oh, shit, make them things did shit out the mother, and she ran the baby should have been the first defense. She told she would let sickness and she let it go.
In January 2020, Tyler pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. He received 2 life sentences, with the possibility of parole after 10 years.
Please may I see you come to order, paper 61 and begin and set.
Hey there.
Judge, would you pay 3 Tyler Anderson?
Tyler Anderson. Yes, there's a fugitive complaint for you. It is case 18FE009747. It's alleged on May 17th of this year you were a fugitive from justice in violation of this Penal Code Statute 1551. It's alleged on May 17, 2018, you committed the crime of child neglect or endangerment resulting in substantial bodily or should be injury or mental harm. It's a felony out of the state of Nevada, County of Washoe. It's alleged you're a fugitive, and so there's a warrant of arrest requested for you. You are entitled to identification hearing if you so choose, or you can waive that right and agree to be extradited. Would you like me to appoint an attorney to review those rights with you?
He's already reviewed these.
Let me appoint the public defender, Mr. Parker. Will you accept the appointment?
I will accept the appointment required on behalf of my office. I'll waive further reading and arraignment. I'll stipulate to the vice rights, actually. And I've got a copy of the thing.
Okay.
I did review those rights with Mr. Anderson downstairs. They do have a signed waiver form.
Okay.
By them and with this thing.
Thank you. And Mr. Anderson, Mr. Parker did review your rights with you?
Yes, sir.
And you understand those rights and have agreed to be extradited back to the state of Nevada?
Yes.
Correct? And you signed this waiver of extradition, is that correct?
Yes.
And then Ms. Parker, you witnessed that?
I did.
And let me sign it here in open court. And dated today, May 21, 2018. You'll receive a copy of this. They'll obviously come get you. That's why they filed the warrant request. I'll set a review date for 30 days from today. I do not expect you to be here. They actually want you. That's why they filed the warrant. We'll have to get the governor's warrant, and then they'll have them transported. So let me just set a review date just to make sure you're still not in custody, Madam Clerk.
June 20th.
June 20, 8:30 in this department, 61. Don't expect you to be here. You go back to Nevada and take care of that. Is that right? Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Lunchtime. What's the hell? Hold on one second. He was a copy.
Averiana was offered a plea deal. The judge rejected it, calling it an insult to the severity of the crime. At trial, the medical examiner testified. Cali's organs were underdeveloped from malnutrition. Her thymus gland had shrunk to the size of a pea. She had bed sores, bruises, and head trauma. Her ribs pressed through her skin. In August 2021, Averiana, Enoch was convicted of first-degree murder by torture, child endangerment, and destruction of evidence. She was sentenced to life in prison, with parole possible after 20 years. But to those who loved Cali, and to everyone who followed the case, justice still feels unfinished. How can it be justice if her killers might walk free? Cali Anderson should have gone to first grade. She should have lost her first tooth. She should have danced in pink bows and laughed until she couldn't breathe. Instead, she died in silence, in a cage, forgotten by the very people who were meant to protect her. She loved Hello Kitty. She hugged younger children. She wore bright bows and drank from a straw. She deserved more than pain. She deserved more than a cage. She deserved more than a sealed drum in a storage unit. She deserved life. Rest in peace, Cali. You were never forgotten. You were always worthy of love.